Howdy everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got my Super Mario coins and we're simply playing around with an idea as well as exploring some possible technical difficulties. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the idea I'm going with here is quite simple. So let's say you have your coins in your pocket, like so, and then you're going to start your routine, like so. So you have your coin, there it is. It's a very nice coin. But if you look at the other side of that coin, you can see that there's actually a picture on it, right? Yeah, it's kind of nice. Okay, so let's say we were going to drop this coin into this hand. And you could see that it's actually Diddy Kong on there. And then Bomb. And then Diddy Kong. And then Bomb. So that's kind of the idea. You just keep concealing this coin, and then for like a finale thing that you could do, or not even a finale, but like the next phase, is that when you have this here, and you're in the retractable stage, because the idea is that you're just dropping it into the hand. So you start with the backs and in one hand. So they think there's only one coin. Obviously, I started the video out with 2 coins. But you start with 1 coin in your hand. This is the premise. If you have the same coins, it's fine. In this particular case, there is like a transformation happening. So when you go to put this coin in the hand, you want to do everything in such a way that it's 1 coin, right? So you're dropping the coin in your hand as you're pulling back the primary coin. Now all you're doing is just dropping the coin into the hand. So there's no funny business, there's no special moves, there's nothing. That's what the spectator needs to believe. So that's what you need to believe. So you're simply just placing the coin in the hand. That's it. And that in itself can look pretty magical. Okay? Now you continue to point though, because you want to make sure that this hand is not there's no suspicion yet. So you're pointing here, and now you say, okay, when you're ready. You don't say okay. When you're ready to proceed, you take this coin and you can show that it has a picture on the back. So that when you drop the coin again to the back here, you can show that it's a different thing. Now you've got yourself a good rhythm where you can actually show just by lifting slightly and then dragging across. Now you're showing a different face like that. Very nice. Now here's where the secret comes in. Because you're going to pick it up, and as you pick it up, you're going to drop the other coin into the hand, and you're going to wrist kill it away as you move to the other side. Now if you have the Super Mario showing, they're not going to know which coin is which. Because at this point, if they haven't guessed there's 2 coins, or if they have guessed it or haven't guessed it, that's up to the spectator. But you've only just been showing 1 coin. Maybe they think that there's 2 sides. Maybe there's a secret thing, whatever. Who knows? But now you've got this over here. Boom. Okay. Now you can kind of do whatever you want. And however you want to do it, you can do it. So that's kind of just the idea that I have right now. Just playing around with this switch idea. Because the nice thing about coins, and you can do this with a lot of things, but coins in general can be really revolutionary, and I use that in the sense of like revolving. You can do things with coins like I just did repetitively. You can switch to a new thing and still circle back to the other thing, and this is how you can build a really beautiful flowing routine with coins that just looks pretty decent. So like I have a coin here, let's take a closer look at it. Nothing funny has happened yet. You just put a coin in your hand. So when you do the reveal, naturally it's going to start flipping when you're picking it up, which is fine. So now you've got Bomb. You're like, okay, but now it's Diddy Kong. Very nice. Now once you've done that switch, you could do the Super Mario one multiple times because it's the same coin, theoretically. But once you start showing the different pictures, you're going to want to do something like this, and you're going to want to just isolate the 1 coin instead of having 2 coins in 1 frame, if you will. So you've isolated the coin, and you say you have Diddy Kong here, And then this is the other thing, like what could I do next? Because that's a pretty decent phase, I believe, to bring in 2 coins into existence. So let's go over that again, because this is magic theory. That's what we're talking about. Why do we do the magic? For what purpose? We perform. So we have a Super Mario coin. Let's take a closer look at it. Super Mario coin. The coin actually has a picture on it. That's actually Diddy Kong, but if you look closely, you'll see that it'll turn into Bomb. Very nice. So let's go ahead and take this coin over here. It's a Super Mario coin. So they don't. There's the isolation of the single coin. In this hand, as you bring this over here, you could simply drop this to show the coin. Now, what would really be cool is if you could do a... See, I think it would be better like this, but what I would like to figure out how to do is perhaps how to show the same side. Like if you flip down, rotate around, see, because you want this motion. But how do you do this motion but still retain the... Ooh, that could be good. So like drop down and do like a motion thing, because now you're above the fingers. So now you're above the fingers here. That's why I got 2 coins. Now you're below the fingers. But I think that if you just did that motion like this, they could see that it's rotating down and you're not fooling anybody. But if you could drop the coin here and then drop the coin here fast enough, you might be able to get this notion that it's the other side. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to like do that. So, but instead you're coming to here and then just re-gripping it. Now, I would only do that because it looks weird if you do it like this. It just looks weird. Okay? And the reason why that is because it might just look like you're sliding the coin down. Obviously, if you've got good enough at it, you could probably fool somebody. See it on the other camera here. Down to here, down to here. It doesn't look terrible. I think it's okay. But the only reason why I would do that is if I wanted to use it for the next move, which would be pretty simply, let's say you go here, down to here, it hides the coin effectively, right? Now you're here. Now when you come up with this, you could easily shield your hand as you come up to grab the coin. You could drop this. You just simply curl your finger to go into the JBL. I don't I think that's what it's called. It's like an initial thing. Into a grip here like this as you come up and grab the coin out. So now you've positioned yourself into another switch, which is pretty decent. Unless you start like this. This could work. If you start like this, showing Diddy Kong, drop the coin down. So you don't want to show both sides like you could. You could theoretically say this is still the same coin if you wanted to do that type of move. Or what I would do, after you isolate Diddy Kong over here, you bring this down. The purpose of letting it drop here is so that you can flip it over. But the reason why you don't want to just flip it over like that could work, but you want to do it in such a way that it's going to allow you to grip the coin here easily. So now you're holding it like this. So you're easily just, basically all you have to do, you're pinching it at the back, it almost looks magical, right? But you pretty much just curl your finger as you come up to grab the coin and you pull it down. And so they just see you go from here, drop there. They see the coin. I mean, you could even, if you wanted to, just grip it here like this, but you're showing the coin like this. They clearly see Super Mario. You're going to come up here. You're just going to grip into finger palm as you let that coin drop. Now you want to show, and that lighting is really going to help there, you want to show the Super Mario side, because that's what they just saw here. So when you pull this away, you say, it has switched again. You know, something along that nature, or it's transformed again, or however you want to play it off. But now the question is, will that work together? So let's get it started. Super Mario's on the out. As you reach into your pocket, you can feel. One side's smooth, one side's rough. If you have these types of coins, you can even do this as a... Well, I would say you definitely want to have it, like, let's say you put an X on one of the coins. That would work, like an X or an O. Or, ooh, those... There's, Copeland has it, but, well, a couple of websites have the coins that have this one back, but then it has, like, yes or no on the other side, or coins like that where it has one side the same. So you're going to bring it out, you're going to show your Super Mario coin. It's a pretty cool coin. There it is. And then getting lost in the confusion here. There we go. So there's Diddy Kong, and of course Diddy Kong becomes Bob-omb. Let's take a look at Bob-omb over here. Take a look at him. So there's that. Then we're going to come up here like this. We're going to grab the coin out, and that is going to be Diddy Kong. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's a good switch. You just have to be careful. Like, I dropped my hand here. You can easily, if you're standing, you can drop it to your side. Anything like that would work. And it's not so much like, okay, so let's say this routine would never be able to make it to live performance. If you get good enough at it, you could. But the idea here is that we're practicing and isolating different moves. For instance, holding 2 coins in one hand. That wasn't intentional. No. So we're practicing holding 2 coins in one hand, which is a big deal, right? Being able to finger palm. Now these coins are bigger than the half dollars or the silver dollars, the Morgan dollars that I have. So I have bigger hands. But when you go to switch, we're not necessarily doing the full move. That's a switch in one hand, which is pretty cool. I've done this before. I've learned it from Rick Holcomb. Beautiful stuff over there. Check out Rick Holcomb for some coin stuff. The idea here is that we're using our hand as the table. I mean, you could theoretically do this on the table. And this is kind of like my coins across idea. This is, you know, how you do a coin switch, which is fine. So let's say we start out, let's see how it looks on the table. So you're just flopping a coin on the table. That's all you're doing. This is flopping a coin on the table. There's Bob-omb, and we've just switched it to Diddy Kong. Now, here's where it gets a little complicated, because in my motion, what I would do here is if it's on the table, you could potentially have your hand here, drop the one coin as you rotate across. So you have a coin on the table. You've just done your switch. You've got a coin in your hand. Now, when you're picking up from the table, your other hand is going to come underneath for a drop as you rotate across. So now you're clearly showing this hand empty, and this hand was just empty. That's how you could do it on the table if you really wanted to do that on the table there. You could show Diddy Kong to the world. Flip it over. Beautiful. Get into position to grab the coin. And now you're all set. I mean, you've got a coin hidden back into this hand, but this hand can naturally just drop to the table, to your side, wherever you want it to go. And there is Bob-omb. So this is a coins across idea. So this is going to be very important to holding 2 coins in one hand and doing a switch, because this drop switch is like this. You start here, which is great. Your hands are curled, your fingers are curled because you're holding something up for them to see. Now, as you go to drop, this coin is going to rotate down into hiding as you open up the rest of your hand. So that depth illusion gives them the idea that you've just dropped. But you can, if you move these too fast, then it's going to look like you just opened up your hand and it fell. So you want it to look like, as you come down, the depth illusion is that it's coming from the same plane, but they can't tell whether it was front or back of the hand. So There it is. There it is. And you're just doing the same motion over and over again as you pick up one. Now, when it's in the hand, you're doing the motion of flipping it over. That's really what you're trying to go for when it's already in the hand, is that you're just flipping over the same coin. So get really good at that idea that there's a switch happening without clicking the coins. That would probably be preferable. And there's a way of doing it, and you can just kind of make this motion a practice as you're switching. And if you hear the clink, then you know that you've messed up. Like I just did 15 times in a row. But no, that's the idea. So, 2 coins in one hand. You're just simply dropping a coin to your hand. That's the first motion, is dropping the coin to your hand. It's a different coin, but it's the same motion, and then you're doing the same thing, except now as you're dropping... Now, if you had a ring on, this could work out well, because then the clink would make sense. But so you're just flipping over that coin is really what you're looking for. Now, for the last switch, you're doing the same thing, except for when you drop the next coin, instead of hiding the uppermost coin, you're going to retain that coin as you switch. So you're going to retain that coin, and you're going to close this hand. So you just say, okay, now, the say okay thing, that really gets me. Practice how you're going to perform. So if you're going to perform quietly, we have a Super Mario coin here today. What's really interesting about this coin is that you can actually see that as we flip it over, it starts to change appearance. Behold the Bomb-On. Here we have this. Now we're going to reach up to here. That was poorly done. And there is Diddy Kong. What could work here is a very brief illusion as you go to drop this behind the hand, but all you're doing is just retaining it and then lifting up this coin. And again, you're back to the one coin idea. So there's that. I mean, we're just talking about coins. We're talking about the different things that you can do, the transfers, the switches, the hold-ons, all that stuff. Actually, it's not called a hold-on. It's called a retention, just so you know. Fake puts, fake takes. That would be, this is a fake put. I'm going to place this into my hand. Blow. And it's gone. Yeah. There's that. The fake take is simple. Okay. Pay close attention to this coin. It will come in handy later. You didn't pay close enough attention. We talked about the shuttle pass last time, which is the retention of a coin into the other hand. Now I like to do the flip because that's going to get you your motion that you're going to need to convince that it's happening. It's the same idea if you drop something into your hand, and here it is. It's the motion of dropping it. Something has happened faster than the eye can see. So hopefully my big camera up here is working okay today because, well, it's getting a little laggy. So I don't know. We got plans to get a new setup here pretty soon, in the next couple of months. Hopefully that works out for us. Either way, this was a very... I like doing this kind of video where there's a back and forth chat between myself and myself. If you guys like coin magic, consider doing more stuff like this. Check out Rick Holcomb. Check out Copeland Coins. There's lots of great stuff that you can learn from these entities. Yes, one is an individual. The other one's an individual, but I'm referring more to the website, not Jeff. Jeff Copeland. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, we're wearing the white tee today, and we've got the hair. Look at the hair. And why do we have this? Well, because we're dressed down. You know, we're just having a chat today. This is just about the magic theory, right? This is about the coins. The coins need to be accentuated to the front and center. That's what's important. Okay? Obviously, here's my thoughts on camera work. A brief segment on camera work. So you've got the camera in the front here from the webcam. Let's do a little bit of a clean job there. Nothing happened there. So sometimes you got to keep it wiped off. Now, from this angle, you might consider, like I could go back a little bit further, you might consider the fact that this is, like, the coins are pretty small. You can't really see, so I have to come up here for you to see that. But in a live performance, unless you're, like, right here, you're probably going to be behind the table. You're going to be in the audience. You're going to be watching from a projector type style thing, and I have to express to you what it is that you're seeing. We have a simple gold coin here today. It has a face on it. That one's a bomb. This one's a monkey. If we take this coin over here, the monkey, let's say, we'll take the monkey over here, and then we're going to simply drop it over to here. And you'll see that it has changed to the bomb. Yeah. Certainly has. Take it back over to here, for instance. Now you have Super Mario. My hand's on the table. It's resting at ease. Beautiful. So you're getting the idea, because there's a difference between explaining what you're doing and expressing to the audience the motion of what you're doing. And if that's part of your pattern, that's fine. But also try to work with that silence and work with the film of the situation, if you will. Now I have the secondary camera here, which I have to be careful of, because this is maybe a more of a spectator view if you're sitting at the table and they're standing around the table. Then they're going to be getting this view, which means I have to watch my angles over here, and I have to watch my angles in the front. But over here, I can do whatever I want, because nothing's happening over here. If I'm here on camera, I have all of this exposure here. When I say exposure, I mean, like, when does it become a problem? That's half their view. And my fingers are just slightly curled. It looks more curled than it actually is. Boom, right there. That is 3/4 of the view that is protected from the angle. And then you have the last part, which is over here, where it becomes an issue. And then you could do a deeper curl, or you can have something else in your hand, which gives you the illusion that you're covered here. So even if you needed to do this from a different angle, I mean, you can see the coin sticking out. Like magic, I've just pushed a coin through my hand. So anywho, there's lots of information there for this one particular idea, which is pick a set group of moves with your coins. If you want to do coins, you could do cards. Like the ambitious card routine is perfect for this. I have a circular motion to what I do. It keeps jumping to the top. It goes to the middle. It goes to the bottom. It can go here. It can go there. Ambitious card is going to be like that. And you can practice all the way up until the finale, or just practice your organic controls and shifts and moves in a circular pattern, because you're not just practicing the one move. Like, for instance, I'm not just practicing holding 2 coins. I'm also practicing how to shift from 1 to 2. I'm practicing all of that, and the movement, and my voice projection, and everything at once. So if I take this coin over to here, all of that would be happening at a similar time, basically. So you're practicing this circular motion so that you can get better at the moves themselves, the transitions between the two, and talking or performing while you're doing the moves. And practice, which is something that we all have day jobs, right? Some of us are lucky enough to have day jobs doing this. But my day job, I'll have my coin in my pocket, and I'll just walk around in finger palm, or I'll put it in classic palm, and I'll just walk around like that, and I'll direct people, and I'll do whatever I need to do from that perspective. I'll have a coin in my hand while I'm doing what I'm doing, if I can, within reason. And if you get to a certain point, maybe your job will allow you to perform magic. But I think that there's something to be said about that, and that's a different video, different conversation, and something that I might not actually be qualified to talk about, in the sense that I haven't performed close-up in an informal setting as much. Like, I haven't gone out to strangers and just started performing magic. So one of those points would be like, ask them if they want to see magic before you start just performing magic, because it can be a little bit awkward if you're doing stuff and people are like, oh, you do stuff. Like, a funny story I'll share with you before I sign off here is, I saw this guy yesterday that, when I was at work, came in. He had one of those puzzle toys with the ball on the string with the stick. You gotta throw it up into the air to catch it. And he was showing me tricks. Well, I was like, you got it. Let's see what you can do. Right then and there, I was like, hey, show me what you got. Because that's the kind of stuff that we do. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get to the point where I myself, maybe not doing that per se, but where I identify as a magician doing other things. That's where I'd like to be, mindset-wise, saying I do magic or I'm a magician. How do I cross that threshold? And so that's really what we're exploring in our life right now. Well, me, myself, and I. This person. Anyway, thank you, everybody. I know we got the holiday season coming up. If you want to buy anything from Amazon, we got a bunch of links down below. Helps out the channel, and you get all your great stuff. If you want to get started with the channel, there's stuff down there. We can do deep dives into how to do a basic setup. I can point you in the right direction of channels that will help you be able to build better setups. But just to get started initially, just to start doing videos and start creating things, I can help you out with that. There's books down below. There's playing cards. There's other stuff. Bunch of stuff down below if you click the links. Just go ahead and click them if you want to buy stuff. There's also a membership for 99 cents a month where I teach you stuff. Right now I'm teaching you stuff all month long like this, free of charge. Put it out there to the world until Christmas. Everything that I do, everything that I'm learning, everything that I'll just teach it to you. As long as it's not somebody else's marketing effect. If it's from a book that was published 100 years ago, within reason, books that have been published for the purpose of mass marketing, then I'll teach it to you because it's exposure to the world. And it helps you. That's really the big part there, is that if you want to learn magic, this is a great place for you to do it, where we can have conversations. If you put comments down below, I'll respond every single time. If you ask a question, I will either answer it to the best of my ability, or I'll push you in the right direction of somebody who can do that for you. And that's that. I mean, we're doing so much on the channel right now, and we're looking to have a bigger and better next year. So, thank you, everybody, and remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And don't forget to subscribe, because there's a button over here for it. This way. And over here's the video. This way. I don't know where my orientation is. There's stuff on the screen. Not this guy. This guy. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.